There's 56,000 followers on your personal shopping Instagram page. How did you grow that?
A huge factor that played to our growth was the IRL-based content, meaning that we recorded conversations with our clients when they were making inquiry about purchasing a product with us. So to take, for example, this here, we just used a really clickbait caption being Premier League player purchases an outfit. In the sales call, when we're speaking to the client about what item he was looking to purchase, we was just asking him really controversial things because people like to stay retained on the videos.
Yeah.
So straight away that gave us a real life example showing our clients that we're authentic because our face, there's a brand behind the company, and it automatically just allows customers to think, I can purchase from this guy too if he's selling to other people on the phone. If you go onto any Instagram page, are you more likely to purchase from a brand where you can see somebody's face behind it, or are you more likely to purchase from a brand where you can't see anybody behind it?
Personally, I'd say the one way you can see someone's face behind it because you have the trust straight away, right?
Exactly. So this was one metric.
But how would I grow my Instagram without showing my face?
Well, in personal shopping, there's multiple different ways you can do it. You've all seen videos before, right, where somebody will get a pair of Asics trainers and turn them around and all of a sudden it goes viral.
Yeah.
People love to see inspiration for what items they want to purchase. So what we did on Morley Trends is we would get outfit collages, we'd get videos of products that were sourcing for clients. The Instagram is a reflection of the portfolio of stock that we can source for our customers. We did one reel once when we was in the Louis Vuitton boutique. We didn't even have this product in hand, right? And it was of the ski glasses.
Okay.
If we click on the reel here, right, we had 223,000 likes with 2.8 million views on there. And if we go into the insights of the reel, we actually got 5,000 customers from that reel. So what you can do when you're new to personal shopping is you can go to local designer boutiques, even the brands themselves. And when you're in the store, you can get content of the items. You want to repurpose the clips, keep pushing them through your socials. Every single time somebody follows you from one of your stock reels, you want to then message the client who followed you. Hi, my name's Alfie. I'm a VIP personal shopper. We sell to multiple clients all over the country, selling these items for a below market value price. Immediately, because you're building that trust with the client, they're going to remember who you are and they're going to remember your name. Eventually, as you nurture that relationship and they keep constantly seeing more and more stock flowing through your Instagram page, they're going to build more and more trust.
How do you turn a follower on a luxury fashion page into a client?
Can you remember before when I said you've got to message the follower and introduce yourself, right?
Yeah.
Once you've introduced yourself and once they reply, what you want to do is you want to then nurture the conversation so that you get their phone number. Okay. And what you're going to then do with the phone number is you're going to create something called a WhatsApp broadcast list. On WhatsApp, you can basically add multiple clients into one list, and every single time you send a product out, whether it's an item on sale, whether it's an item from our suppliers, you can then make it so it sends to each of these customers to themselves and not as a group.
Okay.
So say I add you onto my WhatsApp broadcast now, and I have this Goyard bag in hand and I want to sell it, or the suppliers have got it in hand, right? I would send it out on my broadcast and it's sent to you individually. It looks as if I've reached out to you to be like, hey bro, I've got this available. That's one way of doing it. Another way is by simply just putting in the descriptions of the videos a CTA. So how we've got this video of the Hermès the Pesh bag, we had a client who purchased this for £9,000. Guess how much profit we made on it?
How much?
We made £2,000 in profit on this one bag, right? And what we do is we use the videos as a lead magnet. And what a lead magnet is something which will attract the customer so that they eventually message us to inquire about the product. For example, this Louis Vuitton t-shirt there. Every single time we post a product, we will always have messaged the team to inquire. On this reel here, this is more for engagement, top of funnel. Girls, would you let your man wear this fit?
Yeah, but I don't have any stock though, so how do I get started with it?
Well, the thing is, right, we provide the content to our members so that you can start listing these products the day you join the program. So say you turned around and you was like, Jack, I want to get started now. We would give you access to a portfolio of content of over 3,000 videos and images. And not only that, our suppliers are giving you photos every day of these products so you can post them onto your social media accounts. Do you want to know one more way you would use content to build virality?
Go on.
So another thing that we teach our members in Resellers Room as well is to use platforms like TikTok to find winning reels. I'm gonna go to the search bar, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type in a brand that I think I could sell in my local area. So say you're from Liverpool, right? You've got a much higher chance of selling Nike Milities and sets because the Scousers love activewear, right? So what I would do is I'd type in Nike Miller. Once I've typed in Nike Miller, I'm then going to filter this by views and likes in the last 30 days. I'm going to then be able to find videos that have performed really well that other people have made. So to give you another example of that, if I type Louis Vuitton and then I filter it, go to the most liked, what I would then do is I'd use an Instagram watermarker remover, download this video from TikTok. I would then reference this creator in the description of the video. So-and-so styled this Louis Vuitton fit. Because if it's gone viral on TikTok, do you think it's going to go viral on Instagram?
Yeah, it probably would have a good chance, to be fair.
Exactly. So you're using using other people's content to be able to build your portfolio.
So what other personal shoppers in the industry are making a lot of money then?
I mean, if we look at Rich Bliss UK, he's one of our members. He came on board with us around a year and a half ago. He's now got a store in Wolverhampton and a huge amount of sales coming in. He's doing upwards of 6 figures every single month from selling high-end luxury designer goods. And the craziest part about it is that Rich Bliss started with no stock. As he was starting to broker deals with our supply chain, meaning that I'm a customer of yours, right? You're a personal shopper. What you would do is you would use content from the resellers room. You'd send the photos of the products to someone like me who likes designer. I would be like, Alfie, yeah, I want this pair of Hermès trainers. And then what would happen would be is you would then go to the suppliers, ask for the cost price, add a markup to the product. I would then send you the money for this item, and you would use my money and keep the profit in between the cost to the supplier and the amount you sold it for. You then get this pair of trainers sent to your house from the supplier. You would take photos with like a nice rug in the background, very simple, with the business card in there as well. And then you would come and meet me as a client, or you'd send it to me in the post. That's how simple it is. So he started on that method using our content, like I just explained. And then he then reinvested his profits into building a physical store where he's getting VIP clients coming in every single day purchasing with him.
You're selling to Phil Folder in H in Central C. How did you even get started in this business?
That was funny you asked that. I actually started from an outlet store, reselling and risking my capital up front to buy the products. So I'd have to spend tens of thousands of pounds just to generate cash flow from a business. Nowadays, personal shopping has completely changed. Reselling has been left in 2010. The art of personal shopping now is to use content from the resellers room, our platform, so that you can broker deals directly to the suppliers. And this is how I transformed Morley Trends from a reselling business to a luxury sourcing fashion platform. When clients would ask me, what Moncler jackets have you got in? When I was reselling at that time, every single time I'd buy a wholesale order, people would always ask me, oh, have you got a large of that item? I only ever had a medium in. So that would mean that I'd have to reach out to different boutiques and build this huge network of suppliers, which is what the resellers room is. Resellers room connects beginners like yourself to this supply chain so you can get access to upwards of £50 million worth of luxury goods, meaning that you can source pretty much anything for your clients. You don't have to take the risk I took when I first started because I had to invest into the stock. You invest into yourself so that you can get access to these products and sit in between the client and the supplier. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Every time you source products, just like we do on Morley Trends now, we don't actually have any of this stock in hand. We just literally use client orders as portfolio. Like, for example, this client who ordered this Goyard bag, we then got multiple videos of it, photos, and then what we did is we then marketed it multiple times on the page to almost represent to the client as if we had it in hand. So then you're like, oh, how much for this Goyard bag? We're just gonna get in contact with the suppliers, get a cost price on that at a B2B rate, business to business. We're gonna then reply you with a markup to that price, take the payment up front. We made £300 for free just from literally a photo. All you're doing is using these photos to generate more and more customers to come in, trust you, and to purchase these products.
So you don't actually need stock then, no?
You don't need stock, no. So like just for example, this photo of this Goyard bag here, right? We then went and sold 5 more Goyard bags just after posting this photo. In the description to build that trust with the client is another Belvedere off to Manchester United. Shop all accessories online now via the link in our bio. The link in our bio then redirects them into a WhatsApp chat with a personal shopper.
Okay,
so
nice.
Then what we can then do is build that relationship immediately. We've got the number of the client. They've seen the Instagram page. They've built that trust. They've seen my face with these famous people. You don't have to go to that extent just yet. You need to just build your local clientele in your local town. There's nothing stopping you from trying to network with League 2 footballers, local town football players. They'd be more than keen on purchasing these items. Everybody buys luxury. And what I'm trying to say here is that all of these photos all contribute to you getting more and more sales. It's just a game of content. The more creative you get with videos, the more that you push our content that we give you when you become a member, the more success you'll see.
But I don't have any followers on my Instagram page. How am I going to get clients?
You don't have any followers? What's your personal Instagram called?
Alfie McIntosh.
Okay. Is this your account?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, perfect. So you've got 1,010 followers on your personal Instagram account. Every single person that follows you is a potential client.
What do you mean by that?
Well, what's stopping you from rebranding your personal Instagram account so it says sourced by Alfie?
Nothing really.
People can see your face, they understand who you are. You can leverage the stock straight away to your existing followers, meaning that you can tailor and blend in the stock also with your personal life. You've seen all these guys building personal brands, right?
Yeah.
And would you believe and agree with me in saying that if you can incorporate that into your personal personal life, it will instantly build trust with the clients because they can see someone behind the brand.
Yeah, but have you got any examples of this?
Absolutely, let's have a look into it. Here we have Dara Luxury Lifestyle, one of our members who came on board, all making personal based content. And he's now actually started to blend in the watches and the high ticket items as well. Done a really clean video of himself displaying a Hermès bag to build that trust immediately as soon as you go onto his Instagram page. If we scroll down, you can see that his portfolio of stock is insane. All of this content isn't all his either. He's also using content from our suppliers while still incorporating his personal lifestyle in there. So if you go on his stories, you can clearly see, you know, he's got the Hermès trainer, he's got the bag, he's got the watches on there, really clean setup, just pushing stock through there. And this is exactly what we encourage to our members. One thing that we also say is that even if you don't sell a product, still post items on your story and make out as if you're getting sales, because then it immediately builds that trust with other people.
So what would you advise selling as a personal shopper when you're first starting out?
Now, if we look at it, one of our members who's been on board now for the last year, CDR in apparel started off with activewear. He's still kept to that niche today. He's now doing over £100,000 a month in revenue on a 20% margin, meaning that he's cashing out 20 to 25k a month in profit just from selling activewear. All of this is stock that he's sourcing for his clients. As you can see, he's making in real life based content, and he's also actually built his own backdrop just with 4 tiles, so it makes his content look super clean. Now, Callum, when he came on board, actually started out by using our content to begin with of activewear, and when you join the program, you have a folder specific for activewear. If you want to explore that niche, that is exactly what we'll teach and we'll get you started with. And as you can see, some of the engagement that he's getting on his profile, that there had 1,600 likes, simply because people will see it on the explore page, they'll love it, and as you can see in the comments, price. There'll be a lot of people who like this as well, where he would have then messaged them and been like, oh yeah, I've got your size available. So off the back of this image, this probably made him about £1,000 in profit just from that one photo alone. If we scroll down to the bottom now as well, you can see the transformation of his content and how much better it's improved over the last year. And one more thing we encourage to our members is that you want to use photos of rappers and footballers to encourage, to promote the stock that you're selling at that time. So what I mean by that is this lime windbreaker and them lime shorts were massively in demand. What Callum did is took our advice and used the thumbnail photo of Central C so it looks like he sourced that for him. It immediately builds trust when you see familiar faces on an Instagram page just to get you to purchase. One more thing you can do as well is you can use platforms like ChatGPT to make a bit of humor on your page. Make 110s £110 again. Same again if we scroll up here as well. You can see like The Simpsons with it saying you deserve another pair of 95s. There's other concepts you can play, and it doesn't just have to be you posting photos of items every single day. Another one here of Conor McGregor, spotted wearing the brand new TNs in purple and bolt colorway. This is a photo of someone else that he's used because it almost looks as if he sourced them for Conor McGregor. We keep scrolling down as well. Can you see these photos of the carpet? A lot of this content was ours. We just basically gave Callum access to the images so that he could start posting on there. And then what he would do is he would Photoshop photos of his business card on the page, meaning that it just works so well. Also, giveaways help. What we always encourage our members to do is that after they've made that first £1,000 in profit, you want to look for the most best trending items in the market, and you want to basically get them in hand into a photo like this and do a giveaway. Sounds really cliche, but it works for building a local audience. Your friends will repost it, it'll give you that exposure, and it's going to get more eyes on your brand, consequently meaning that more people are going to purchase through in the future.